because one more time, if you used to play knight f3 c5, this is totally Sicilian now, so we cannot really jump to the completely with a Pirc. So let's use the basic setup, just to be sure that everyone gonna play. One more time, you can use to play Philidor, just knight d7, knight f6 and e5. Again, you can avoid Pirc. So this will be the position what you're gonna start playing by white and by black. What's the idea of white? You have several plans. In general, this is not my favorite setup. I used to play different thing against Pirc. My favorite system is with h3, and I have a different favorite place for this knight, and it's belong to e2, followed by g4, bishop g2. Just to inform you, I didn't get the chance to show you my setup because they limit us to this classical variation or Austrian attack or pretty early Pirc. I'm just showing you a different plan for white side in general. But as usual, yes, one of the main setup is bishop e3. Just take care to not being under attack after knight g4. That's why very often prophylaxis move like h3 totally block out the light square bishop. One more time, this could be my preferable move, followed by bishop e3, queen d2. One more time, if the knight is not on f3, again, here you're able to play f3 setup, bishop e3, queen d2, queenside castle. Another favorite of me, connected with the pushing on the king side part, just like that. So I could prefer f3, not knight f3. Yes, exactly. But okay, let's talk about current situation. So if there is a bishop e3 directly after knight g4, maybe not now, but in advance, please feel free to move away the bishop. So you can move away the bishop in this way or in this way, save up the bishop for sure, followed by queen d2 and queenside castle, h3, g4. This is your main setup. And in advance, try to eliminate the most important or the most important attacker and defender of the black pieces. This is the bishop on g7. Come watch me play Cyberpunk. First, who are you to watch you to play Cyberpunk? What's mean Cyberpunk? Sorry for nonsense. h3. This is my preferable move here, for instance, to block out any of those moves. Even bishop g4, pin the knight. Cyberpunk, okay. I thought it's with K. Play f3, but it's he didn't allow me, I told you, yeah, it's just Cyberpunk. What the hell is Cyberpunk? I don't find it in my dictionary. Just curious to know. Yeah, but is it mean something? Cyberpunk. Cyberpunk. You don't need to get first moves, guys, just because it's already done. The tournament will start like this. e4, d4, knight f3, knight e3. Or white side. So you don't really have a choice between. Boys, boys, boys. Girls, girls, girls. Okay. All right. So the still viewers. I see. Still on vacation. Oh, hey, we happy to see you. Feel free to join in a tournament. Oh yeah, smoking, yeah. I don't smoke at all, but if you say. So again, you have choice between playing in a regular way, like bishop e2, bishop e3, castle. We can simply move to the opening book on the bottom on the right side. When you click on it, now you can see different possibilities. Bishop e2, h3. You can see the percentage of white. So let's take a look of let's take a look of some more variations of here. Let's start with the 7,000 line, followed by bishop e2. Seems like the most common continuation. 7,000 games you have here. Streamer smoking. Maybe it's forbidden in front of the screen to smoke. Arches bra smoking? I just saw them drinking, but smoking, I'm not sure. By the way, in my country, it seems like every second person, at least every second, is smoking. It's a very, very common stuff. Okay, so let's go with the bishop e7. How many games we can find out? Castle, we follow the main theory. There we go, castle. Play regular chess now. For all of you, this will be useful to make a castle as soon as possible. We will explain the black's plans too after we finish, let's say, with one example for white side, what could be good for white, and then we can flip and we can check out what are the ideas of black too. Very often the Pirc defense setup is more or less connected with the 6th rank generation. Soldiers could be on the 6th rank, something like c6, queen c7, b6, a5, b5. Actually, if c6, b5 directly, it is possible. They jump for it, for this deflection of the knight and attacking the center. Followed by queen c7, or if b5 directly is not working after a4, preventing it. They slow down with the a6 step by step, b5, or first bishop b7, then b5, then this knight is coming here. So this is one of the general setup of black. Hello Ivik. Hello from Bulgaria. Feel free to join the fan club, please, and then you will be able to play in our upcoming arena, what is totally unrated tournament, and this will be Pirc Defense. Yes, so Mr. Jingus likes the white setup. Okay, so the other plan of black is a little bit different. It's more or less connected with the bishop g4, and because position is not really so opened, he's able to capture the knight through this way instead of staying here in a passive place. Okay, let's check out the first line. c6, first theory first. a4, I told you it's very, very important to block out b5 to b4. If white forget about a4, feel free to push to the end. Feeling ignored? Wait, why? What is the difference? Oh, I didn't see the question. What is the difference between Pirc and King's Indian? Was it from white? Was it from black? Yeah, I'm just explaining now in the process what are the both ideas. If you listen me precise. What you can get. Okay, so this is one of the plan of black. I just explained you the plan of black, by the way, before 5 seconds. What is the difference? This is actually a good question. In most of the cases in King's Indian, this is same setup like King's Indian. Just here, one of the differences maybe that black is all the time playing here c6 in Pirc Defense. The other difference, main difference between is there is no c4 and there is e4. E4 seems like already a totally different setup comparing to the King's Indian. So in King's Indian, most of all, you don't have e4, you have c4. This is a huge difference between. This is more or less the difference of the white setup. This is the huge difference, how you can compare both. If there's c4 and no e4, then this is King's Indian. Most of all in King's Indian, Black is pushing e5, 100% sure. Here also, but sometimes depends on. Knight bd7. I told you now black can figure out truth a5, maybe knight e6, knight b4, different plans, knight c7, but a5, b6, bishop b7, followed by b5 or bishop a6, queen c7, knight bd7, e5. These are some setups for the black perspective. Of course, it's a pretty safety opening, Lucky Fritter. No, I'm explaining everything. I told you that this is the best defender, for instance, the bishop on g7. You have to take care to not trading off him. Of course, white is having the own initiative in the center. Black still didn't cross the 5th rank, so how this opening could be so strong, so objectively playing for a win? Not really, to be fair. Not really, to be fair, but it's a flexible, it's a fast opening, and I have an old player with 2600 Bulgarian Grandmaster who only played this opening, and you know him, Lucky Fritter. Mr. Chatovbashev, I think so, is only playing this, maybe time to time plays Sicilian, maybe Kalashnikov or Sveshnikov, but mainly this is the main setup, what he's using to play. It's good to climb, like it's a quite safety because you develop in a faster way. Actually, there is no way to lose the game so fast. Every time when white is starting this aggressively kingside attacking, every time you have a counter-attack in the center, truth or queenside part. Most of all, I already explained 3 times that your counter-attack existing most of all on the queenside part. Knight bd7. h3, we can use to play this. He will answer that maybe he knows his weaknesses, but everything else is more or less connected with much more theory, much more complications, unexpected variations. So, if you're confident by black, if you know this, if you play this opening 20 years, probably you're gonna be quite sure. You're gonna be quite sure. Yeah, and white's plan is more or less connected with the king side, attacking totally opposite king side or central breakthrough. Of course, every single opening is having a risk, so if we talk about risk, there is no guarantee for anybody. Queen c7, soon we can directly go for the games. Bishop e3, this is the general plan of white. e5. Paul make the knight. No, the main setup for the knight is here, and the natural place for this bishop, I already explained, that belonged to the fianchetto on b7. The b6, bishop b7. And now, after e5, black is showing that he's also creating enough pressure in the center as white. What we can do? We can use to play queen d2, but looks like the main continuation is d takes e5. In Philidor, when the bishop is on e7, this is the difference, only one difference between Philidor and Pirc. Philidor, bishop is on e7. Pirc, bishop is here. Philidor, it's not good to take because I open up the bishop. But when bishop is here, this setup is quite good because now black anyway block out himself. Or if simply knight captures, now d6 is a quite bad pawn. So that's why capture is a very good deal. Now d6 is staying still weak. We can try to work on that, like doubling anything there and even step there by our queen. It will increase the pressure, followed by connecting the rooks. So now, as you see, step by step, we can change the strategy. We can try to use the non-developed bishop, and we can try to use on time the open file. we have how to check out games. Maybe we can simply click here on the games and select them by, can we select them by most recent? I want to select them, for instance, by white direction first. Let's see the white's power. I think it's time to see all game. Sergei Fedorchuk against Movsisyan, Onishchuk, Ukraine, Efimenko, Krivoruchko. Let's see Krivoruchko. Oh, it's an end game. Yeah, this is the all game. So now we can see the all game from the beginning one more time to repeat what is the main plan here. This is the starting position. You can see they get it in a different move order. Bishop e2, a4, block out b5, h3, block out knight g4. Feel free to move away the bishop to e3. Safety square, no more knight g4. These little moves are important. One more time, a4, block out b5 to b4. Yeah, Lucky Breeder is having a great strategy to avoid tournaments. but those of you who are thirsty to play, even against title players, or just to practice a little bit more out of our lesson, I will be glad if you join the tournament on time. Here we go. Arena topic today will be Pirc defense. For both sides you will gonna play it, for white and for black. Noted, have fun. Bishop e3, e5. There we go. As we said here, if black is not choosing to play e5, you can simply follow the most natural plan, queen d2, followed by bishop h6, trade off this bishop, bring your queen to h6 or g5, bring your knight, centralize both rooks, start maneuvering maybe even this knight through h2, g4, pushing of f4. You have different plans. The most natural is central. You can never do a mistake if you just use the central strategy. But if opponent try to occupy the center through e5, you're able to take bishop c4, queen d2, bishop c4, generating a pin, and also bishop is much better placed on c4. Little note that we didn't go there out at the beginning. Maybe we should go back here, because very often let's show you. Oh wait, what's happened? I cannot play. Seems like I didn't let me to play. Oh, okay. When I go in the game, I'm not allowed to play. Okay, cool. I wanted to show you that at the beginning, if you ever try to play bishop c4, I will just make it with the arrows. Knight f6, for instance, castle. Very often this pawn is acceptable by black, and there is a d5 for key. That's why the bishop on c4 in a pretty early moment, it's not really great placed. There is another reason why bishop on c4 is not so well placed, followed by b5, b4. This will be forcing, deflecting the knight from c3. And after knight f6, you will have a pretty weak pawn on e4. So b5, attack the bishop, b4, attack the knight, and boom, winning of e4. Yeah, I should click, but I want to show you as much as possible games. So click every time on the analyzers board. I open a new window, new window, new window. I don't want to do this. Okay, this is, let's go back to the game. I just explain you why they waste this tempo to play later bishop c4. So black is not anymore able to sacrifice here and pushing of d5. Very, very simple explanation. Because the bishop on g7 is like King's Indian, the best defender and the best attacker in most of the cases. Because in advance, sometimes black is pushing f5 in King's Indian. Here it's a similar setup, similar idea. Queen d2. Rook fd1, going to the open file. They want to keep this rook for upcoming a5 or just pressure to block out b5, a takes b5 based on the pin. Still, so not really wasting of time. Maybe if you're gonna bring the other rook, probably b5 will exist without problem. Again, take care about b5, b4, deflecting the knight and losing e4, please. They move this rook, so... Oh, this is unpleasant, yeah. I cannot click because of problems. So now if b5, you just take and they have to take with this, but then you have already bishop d5. Then you have already bishop takes. It's a free pawn if they push now. Alright, queen d6.
Thanks for subscribing.
Pushing of b4. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you, Captain Logis. Thank you. Just Mike. Pushing of b5, bishop b3, d6. This is a very good deal. You occupy the open file. This is really important. Who is going to step first on the open file? Because it's white now, you're already able to double the rooks first. Black cannot really organize the pieces on time. Your bishop take a brief here. The other bishop is quite opened. So it's not only about kingside attacking and checkmate. I told you already, more or less, it's about central strategy. Yeah, I didn't click yes. Of course you're alright. Every time you're alright, Lucky Fritter. Yes, I didn't say anything. You have new computer, a new PC. We can start playing games already with you. You understand much better the things than me, I know. Push g4, knight e8, rook d3. But maybe I'm hoping that you can start streaming too. I will join the stream. I can be your first guest, and we can play games too. Any strategy games. Maybe you can crush me on some other games. Okay, so bishop f6. Bishop h6. Now we can just see the end of the game. I'm pretty sure here everyone gonna figure out, everyone gonna agree with me that white is much better in this case after already totally occupy the D file opened. Okay, so there we go. Little tricks finally captured here and get the one more chance to go to the open file A. Open file A, simplify here, go back. We just see the rest of the game, what's going on. he just buy a strong laptop, good laptop. After Pentium 2. No, I'm joking, but he was using, I remember, a very slow PC. Yeah, very slow laptop. Finally, in Romania, he changed himself. Oh, you don't have it yet? I thought you have it. Okay, simplify, rook and game. White have... Oh, I know this game. I've seen this game. It's a similar, it's almost the same pawn structure. What I know this game, it's coming out of this strategy book, what I'm working on. Oh. Need a alt, need a slow. Oh, so sorry. Now you're gonna hate me. Okay, change G pawn for F pawn, and now disconnect. Disconnect E and G pawns. Capture these. Now connected pass pawn E4. Real weapon. Hey, Sepatoshwa, how are you doing? And here seems like rook h1. Checkmate ruining the rook, so the game is over. Very good game looks like. We can simply close this game. This was the setup with bishop c4, so we have some starting position, and now the choice could be in your hands. Let's take a look of different idea of white, and we can take a look of different plan of black too. After this, let's take a look at a5, for instance. I can click again on the games. Here we go. Order them on the top by rating of white. Oh, I know this guy, Femert. We ever been teammates in Turkish League. Humpy Conor, one of my favorite. Oh, she crushed Milite. Let's go. Shirov lost by black. I could see this. I don't like him. So let's check out how Humpy Conor, I think #1 in India currently, has to be. Not sure about Dronovali, Harika, but Humpy Conor, I rise up. I grow up with her age group. Humpy Conor all the time was winning the championships, world and European, or top 3. She was from the yacht age on the top list. Okay, this is the main setup. One more time, bishop e2, h3, a5. Shit. Okay, I'll go to unlisted board this time. Okay, so we have a5. There we go. e5. What's the idea of a5? Again, look, it's mess you up with someone else, maybe. Okay, so they want to push a5 because of some point prevent b6. So if there is a b6, you automatically capture based on the discover. Black has to take by queen or by knight, which is not that great. Full speed, yes, full speed. Push, push, push. This is our move, probably a5. Not because bishop c4 is weaker. We just check out different possibilities to understand the position better. That you have more than one choice here. D takes e5 by, it's a blitz woman sport accord blitz Beijing China 2013.
Beijing, China 2013.
Okay, so bishop e3, rook e8, b4, pawn storm on the queen side part. In this case, white totally changed the strategy. This is something different, because when the bishop is here, let's just show you that if you're gonna go for a queen d2 and bishop h6 setup, after rook e8 makes no sense, because the black's most natural response in general is a bishop h8, and black gonna feel very safety. So please take care to not go there, don't spend your energy to go there. It's much more important to occupy these squares, followed by a6 or b5 in advance, breakthrough, occupy d5 square, focus on d6 weak square, just like what we showed little before. Bishop c4, it's still existing. h8, yes, don't trade, please. a6, block out b5, seems like natural, bishop c4 anyway out, but in this case even you're able to go to b3. Quite comfortable maneuvering. h6, queen c1, attack him here, but at the same time giving more space for the rook to be in front of the queen. Let me see. She pushed h5. I think this move is connected with give up a very important square for the knight, the bishop. The natural continuation like king h7 is not existing because of boom, f7 seems like not protected. So h5 is the only one continuation. g5 gonna be too risky. What has to be the white's reaction if you see g5, guys? if you see g5. Yeah, we can call this bishop dragon bishop, Sicilian dragon bishop, King's Indian bishop, Pirc bishop. It's like the knight for fun. Why not g5? I'm asking why not g5? Why? Top player of, if I don't mess up Latvia or Litva, every time I mess up these two countries. She's number 1, but then she changed chess, I think, so much more with the political stuffs. She's in the politic. Schmilite, Victoria Schmilite, she ever crushed me. So she's one of the most, one of the less players. I think I only have one game in my life against her and she crushed me. Yeah, I was younger, but anyway, I still remember she crushed me totally. So she's not one of my favorite players. She's very fast player, very unusual, non-standard player, then very good tactical player, very good. So, knight takes g5 or bishop takes g5? Come on, chat. Okay, most of you vote for sacrifice. No, it's just a simple chess move, h4 breakthrough, based on the fact that this kingside part is totally opened. And if you push g4, then you're able to sacrifice. It's even not a sacrifice because after you bring the queen here, the game is over. So h4, please play simple chess, simple breakthrough, classical breakthrough, working on the weaknesses, nothing new. You don't need to be, go in these complications, because I'm pretty sure if this is an OTB game, you're gonna spend more than 10 minutes for this sacrifice, if it's working, if it's not, where is your compensation, whatever, yeah? No need. Yeah, I already talk about this, maybe very fast, but sorry for that, yeah. Ask me again, I'm gonna repeat it, no problem. So I was talking about this, so queen g5 is coming, and... So now the question is, how are you gonna stop me? I have a queen g6 setup, I have king h1, rook g1, checkmate, yeah. It's quite crazy here, even h5, objectively, if you step with any knight on g6 on time, but I think so you don't really have a time for knight g6. You want to know, because I did that against you 2 times. So the simplest one against g5 without calculations, maybe this one is working, but seems like engine is having a different opinion. Let's show you the engine here. Engine is having a different opinion. What's going on after your sacrifice? Rook e7, rook f8, simple defense, maybe bring the knight to f8, and when the knight is on f8, you know very well, out of Caro-Kann, that this knight is protecting all the kingside part. Alright, you sacrifice a piece, but nothing is crystal clear. If you sacrifice the knight, I think we're a little bit out of the opening theory now, but I just explain you how to take an easy decision through h4. Again, where is the checkmate? Where is the compensation about? Where is your queen in the end of the board? No, nothing is clear here. Nothing. One knight could be here, the other one could be here, and black is super safety. Then bishop out and the game is over for white. So if you take an impulsive decision, I was provoking you, I was asking you why g5 is so bad. But all of you take this decision to sacrifice. h4 is the best. We have also rook d1, queen a3, but I'm gonna do h4 without thinking. With little calculations. Let's say, okay, she used to play h5 here, step on the weak square. You can see already it's +3. Why? Most of you could ask why. Why this is +3? Everything is super even. All the material is still on the board. All the pawns, all the pieces. Everything is super equal. This is based on the passivity of the black side. Wherever you go, I can work on your weakness like here and here and here. Got access with all my minor pieces. What is black's doing after defending? Okay, I will not sacrifice, but I can increase. I can move my queen here. I can move my knight here. What is black's doing with all other pieces? Let's see, knight f8, then bishop here, then rook here, and black will be, my favorite word is paralyzed. Do you know what's mean paralyzed? So it's something like you're gonna be in Zugzwang, you have pieces on the board, but they are not really working well. You have pieces on the board, but you don't have place for them, or you have nothing to do. You have nothing useful to do with them. Frozen. Yeah, freezing. But I like to say paralyzing, yeah. I think soon it's time for the tournament, so we can check out what she's doing. Okay, she wastes this advantage with some move. Seems like bishop b6 was crushing down here and sacrifice on f7. She missed that tactic and she gave her little chances. Let it go. This is the Frozen Frozen song. Okay, let's go to the black perspective little bit now. You see, time is flying away. Oh, it's all strange by black side. Okay, so we're gonna go now for... This is the basic position. Oh, by the way, you can try some interesting setup like that and slow down with the castling. This is another strategy of black, what you could do. It's ever happened to me by white that black is not really going for the kingside castling. Or some people who like to play c5, queen a5. This is quite spicy, by the way. c5 and queen a5. Okay, we're gonna go for a regular development. c6 now. Let's see, queen d2 in this case. One more time, I recommend if there is no a5, you're able to push here. Bishop d3. And now let me see just this scenario, a little bit more games by black perspective. Just how black proceed in this case. Mikhail Tal, oh yeah, Mikhail Tal, 1974. Shehryar Mamedyanov. Ivanchuk. Let's go for Ivanchuk. Analyze this board. Flip. Let me see how Ivanchuk start the game. He started by g6. Same setup, but you see, if white is not really playing a4, he used to play b5 immediately. Not sure how much time to the tournament. 3 minutes maybe? So castle. Knight bd7, e5, so b5, e5. Oh yeah, heavy metal. b5, e5. Capture, capture. A6, a4. This is also 2004 game. Bishop b7, solve the problem with the bishop. Queen e7. So I think all this setup is really familiar to the King's Indian too. Just without b5, because in King's Indian there is a c4, so this is not really allowing pushing of b5. In Pirc, it's allowing. You see, rook is not here, so white hurry up to trade off the bishop. b4, centralize. Now, white is not really knowing how to continue the attack on the kingside part, because after this you really cover everything. Please, when the bishop is coming to h6, just move away the rook, provoke him to take. If he didn't take, please, next move of you has to be bishop h8. It's a very good deal to keep this bishop. But if opponent also capture, now you didn't let him to bring the queen. Don't take first the bishop. Just waiting for opponent Queen g5 is a sneaky line. They want to give you a check based on the pin. Immediately get rid of pin. That's it. Knight c5, knight e6, knight d4. This is a very common maneuver in every single King's Indian too. Knight c5, knight e6, knight d4, knight e6, knight f4. I'm explaining the ideas, the weak squares around. Hope so you can memorize some styles. You see 50 minutes are just flying until we see just 3 games, a little bit more ideas of white side and less for black, but that's it. Get rid, he pushed him to take. Okay, centralize. Most of the games we figure out that they finish by this weak square or just by d file is the main factor in Pirc defense. Queen g5, king h8, get rid. Oh, this is actually happening in the game one more time. This is coming here. If there is a queen h6, easy to kick her out through knight g8, through queen f8. Please don't let white to attack you so sharp here. Nothing to worry about. This is the good point of Pirc. Yes, it's passive. You can give up some weak squares around, but you don't really have the chance to become checkmate in a fast way, as we can compare this to any of those Sicilian. Trying to double the rooks on the b file or on d file or work on b4. Extra pawn, discover attack. Very good. Very good. Extra pawn. And hold on this extra pawn to the end, I guess. Push! Here he resigned. +6. Wow. Amazing game of Mr. Chuk. We can call him Mr. Chuk. Ivanchuk, Vasily Ivanchuk. I think he's a streamer too, yeah? And I think it's time, Ivanchuk. Is this his nickname, Ivanchuk, or not? Yeah, his name is Ivanchuk, so this is the guy by Black who used to play Pirc defense. What we just look. Let's go for the tournament, guys.